Yeah, it was really exciting. We were confused how we got away with actually making the film. It was really exciting to be on this production where all the female characters are the bosses of the film. Like we're in charge in a way. We helped raise the financing. We developed the characters along with Simon Kinberg. And so it felt incredibly empowering to make this in the independent way that we had. Well, Mace is really, she's kind of like this archetype that you see in all of these action films. Usually it's a dude where he's the loner type, and you can tell there's been a history and they have difficulty trusting people. And so we really wanted to embrace that kind of archetype for Mace in our film. And it was, the reason I wanted to do this was really, in some sense, it was this rebellious act of creating this project, this female ensemble film that I feel like the studio system could have made a long time ago, but chose not to. So it was really empowering to have done that ourselves and to have, worked on it from the very beginning. Also, I just really, I joke that I'm so glad I invented it. I'm so glad I invented that I got to work with Lupita and Penelope and Diane and Bing Bing and Edgar and Sebastian. And our day one of shooting was in Paris. It's kind of like, it was a dream job. It wasn't that difficult in terms of like the emotional catharsis or anything of the character, but it physically, it was demanding. But it was fun. It was so much fun. Yeah, every day was tough. The freezer fight with Diane was really difficult. That we worked on for weeks before the cameras ever even rolled on the film, before our first day of shooting. We were really comfortable with that fight by the time we got to shoot it because we had practiced it for so long. But it was still, it's tough. She is a great opponent. I underestimated her strength. I was very sore the next day. And also very difficult was the scene where I had to like jump off that building, that flying leap. It was terrifying. And it was the kind of thing like you could practice working with a harness. But when I was up there and I had to just like run and just leap, across onto that barge, that ship that was leaving, there was no way to really practice it. Like I didn't know for sure that the harness was going to catch me. You know what I mean? Because you don't feel the harness. And we're like, every once in a while I'd be like, I try to sit down to be like, do you guys really have me? But that was emotionally difficult to do.
Like
yeah, by the time I got up there, it was much higher than I thought it was going to be. And they initially were just going to use the stunt performer. And I said, no, I want to do everything. And all the actresses did everything in the film. But they just, I guess, they assumed that it would be too high or too, I don't know. So I got up there and it was much higher than I thought. And our coordinator looked at me and he said, Jessica, you don't have to do this, because I think he saw the white of my eyes, like the fear. And I looked around and I saw the entire crew of the film just like tiny, because they were below me, in terms of like how high up I was on that ledge. And they were all looking at me, and I realized, because they were shocked that I was going to do it, I could not stomach getting back into the crane and like going all the way down. So I said, no, I'm going to do it. And the crew was so sweet afterwards. They were so supportive and wonderful. Yeah, I think women are really good at espionage because they tend to be underestimated. So they use that skill, I guess that sexism, to their advantage. People underestimate what they're capable of. And they can be, in the past, women have in some sense been invisible in society, not in terms of appearance, but in terms of their drive, their skills, their intellect. It's something that hasn't really been acknowledged, I guess, in media and in our society.